All right. All right. Oh, nice. Thumbnail. Thumb stoppers. All right. So we are now live for another AGM marketing workshop. Let's go. Okay, so as usual, we start on time. And thanks for joining us, guys, on the stream. I appreciate you very much taking the time out of your busy, busy day to be here. Again, it is a mission of ours to be able to provide value to you. We mean it. We are interested in seeing you guys succeed with what we talk about over here. As you know, you are not paying a penny to be here. And that's going to stay like that because we definitely walk the talk. Our talk has been in the subject of marketing about providing value and creating a legacy around one's value. And we've done that over and over again. Did it for my father. We're doing it for a lot of other clients. The list is pretty amazing by now. You guys can see some of the people that we work with in that wall over there. And get to work with a lot of people that have incredible abilities to influence others and help them. And on the back of that content, they're helping a lot more people. They're succeeding. They're building a lot of businesses that are successful with that content. So over the years, we have gotten really good in the subject of advertising on YouTube and creating YouTube channels that are reaching a lot of people. And there's a lot of opportunities in that particular area. My story begins, so we have a company called Natural Slim. Our company, Natural Slim, that I founded in 2008 with my father and with my wife as co-founders, it didn't really take off for a solid 5 years of like a lot of work, a lot of energy. We used to, this dude right here is the coach.
A lot of SEO from...
A lot of SEO. Well, this is before we actually, this is the pre-story. So he's my brother-in-law, by the way. We used to celebrate New Year's together, and my wife and I would just kiss and hug and say goodbye to everybody and go outside where we were and put flyers on every car and then get to the phones the next day or the following week, hoping the phones would ring. Nobody would call. The strategy did not work for us. Natural Slim, which is our company, at this point is it's going to get close to 9 digits a year at an international level, and we're in the mid-range of 8 digits just in the USA alone, and we service the Latin American community here. So it's opportunity that we actually took advantage of over the years. My father was a great content creator, so for 4 years of struggling, trying to get attention, we had a book. It's called The Power of Your Metabolism, and that book was doing really well in one small little island called Puerto Rico, which, as you know, is a small little place. So it did well over there, but over here, it had no attention. So I spent years trying to get attention for the book, trying to get the book distributed, and it didn't really catch fire. I did found distributors, and I was doing the energy that it requires for you to get a business off the ground, which is one of those things that a lot of people fail in the subject of business because they expect overnight success. They don't have the patience. Maybe they don't put the consistent energy. They don't have the persistence on trying to make things successful. We persisted for a solid 4 years, and it didn't really catch fire until one day, my father, he takes the credit for this particular idea. This is something that I don't think I've told this story fully publicly before, but he somebody gave him a book, and this is how it all started. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, my father is one of the biggest, he passed away last year, one of the biggest influencers in health in the world, right, by far. Still today, a year and a half after he passed, our channel is the 15th biggest health channel on the country. We still today generate 120,000 new subscribers every month. If you guys are curious what it's called, 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗡 TV. And we generate tens of millions of views every single month from our content. How did it all start? It starts with an idea. And that idea was my father got presented with a book. And this book is called Crush It. And it was a book written by this guy. A lot of you guys in the business world, you know who this guy is. If you don't, you're probably not in the business world. His name is 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗡. And he's a great business mind. He's pushing hard still today. He wrote a book called Crush It. My father read it. The book described the strategy of creating a YouTube channel and talking about content strategy and giving value in order to get attention. That was what the book was all about. And Gary Vee had a YouTube channel, which he still has it, called Wine Library TV. And from this Wine Library TV, my dad got the inspiration to create 𝗟𝗡𝗥𝗡 TV. And we basically made it look exactly like Wine Library looked at that point. And we created somebody's listening into something else. We created our YouTube channel called Metabolismo TV. And in 2012, in March 2012, we uploaded our first ever video on YouTube. And fast forward 10 years, we have we got 2,600 videos on our channel. And we got a brand that's built on the back of this particular content. And we accomplished a lot of success. And if you take away YouTube out of the equation, I can guarantee you I am not standing here today. Over the years, in 2017, I got obsessed with the subject of Facebook because one of the things that I am good at, as the coach knows, is discovering opportunities and trying to ride opportunity waves. I'm not trying to create opportunities. I'm not that naive to think that I'm going to create the next Facebook, all right? There's only 10 platforms in a world that has 8 billion people, all right? Just put those zeros together, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. 10 platforms that are dominating attention in this world, 10 to 12. Why would I think that I need to create my own channel or my own platform? I'm just going to try to find opportunities in these platforms. So in 2017, I got obsessed with the subject of Facebook because it was an opportunity. And we just went really deep on it, on that particular strategy. And we created millions of followers that also ended up feeding our YouTube channels and our YouTube content in general. And again, we built a brand that doesn't rely on outside investors. We have no angel investors, no outside funding. What they like to say, crowdfunding every step of the way. That's what we are today. This building that you guys are at, it's a building that is shared between AGM Marketing and Natural Sim. Some of you guys might have seen the sign when you walked in. We are basically sister companies that help each other out. Natural Sim is our biggest client, and all the strategies that you guys get, that you learn from us, that I teach all day long, usually I practice them in Natural Sim, I get results with them, and some of them I don't get results, and then I end up teaching you guys what actually did give us results. So you get to save a lot of money on those things that did not work for me. So that's what we do. So YouTube became our central hub of everything. Yes, we're big on Facebook, we're big on Instagram, we have a big podcast, we get a lot of attention everywhere, but without YouTube, we wouldn't be here in this place today. So a lot of people don't know how to start. My first SEO specialist, search engine optimization guy ever in the history of our channel was this guy next to us. I actually hired him back in 2015 probably, somewhere around there. Our channel was already growing, we're getting attention, and I paid him, how much did I pay you for it?
$400 a month.
$400 a month, all right? $400 a month, and he became our SEO guy for our YouTube channel, trying to do some special tricks to try to get us more attention, try to get us organic reach. And again, I told you guys 120,000 subscribers a month. I don't pay advertising dollars to get the subscribers. We have organic reach. We don't invest money on advertising on these channels. I'm not saying that it's wrong to invest. We're going to talk about investing today. If you want to catch fire and snowball, you might eventually get there. But the YouTube algorithm, the machine, is not going to give you free traffic unless you put the energy in place. I'll give you 3 things that are essential if you want to create a good YouTube channel. And then I'm going to give it over to the coach because he's going to talk about how to set up your first campaign on YouTube, some basics on it, how to get it to start getting some traction, get some attention on it. Even if you have 0 subscribers right now, the number 1 most important thing in order for you to create a successful long-term YouTube channel is consistency. Number 1, if you are not consistent with your content, YouTube will never give you love. They will never flow power to you. Consistency is dependent on you and your ability to actually create, 100%. If you say to me that you can do 7 videos a week, you better give me 7 videos a week, and you better do it every single week, no matter what. It doesn't matter if somebody has accidents, if things are falling apart, if you get sick, it doesn't matter, you make 7 videos a week. If you think that's too much, if that's too intense, you say 4. If that's still too much, you do 1. If you cannot commit to 1 video a week, then you got no business trying to get a YouTube channel. As simple as that. Don't try to do a YouTube channel and post 1 video whenever you feel like it, because that's going to be a waste of your energy. YouTube is never going to flow you power back. We found out over the years that the formula for successful YouTube channels that have value, because again, you're not going to do a content channel that is just going to pitch things left and right for 7 videos a week. You're not going to do that. If you're going to do a YouTube channel, it's because you're going to educate people, inspire people, entertain people, and give value 7 times a week. And from that value, inevitably, that will flow back to you as finances, as money, as offers being sold, as prospects. You got to commit to whatever you decide. If you do 1 right now, well, okay, get that going. Maybe later on you can bump it up to 4. But once you hit a number, you want to stick with that particular number. That's number 1. Number 2 in importance in the process of creating a successful YouTube channel is quality. Not quantity, quality. And I'm not talking about fancy buildings and lights and cameras and nothing high tech. I'm talking about the quality of your message. When you're giving out content, you better have a beginning that pulls attention in for the first few seconds, and you better have an ending, which means that that video by itself stands on its own 2 feet and is giving people value that they can apply to their lives. Quality of that message is the second most important thing once you have the actual consistency in place. And last but not least, number 3 in importance is going to be quantity. When you do this consistently, even if you're mediocre as a content creator, a couple of things are going to happen. Number 1, you will get better with time. Just like riding a bike, just like shooting basketball, your ability to deliver content improves with time. If you look at some of these content creators, if you look at my stuff, if you look at my father's stuff, if you look at the people that I work with, you can go back and see the first few videos and you're going to understand the difference, the dramatic evolution of these content creators. So you got to understand that that first year of creating content is not necessarily for the audience, it's for you and for the algorithm. So the algorithm can know that you're for real and you're in it because you really want to consistently provide value to people. So that quantity of message is going to set in now with you providing value to people and now doing this consistently. And if you have consistency, if you have the quality of the message, and if you have the quantity in place, that is the 3 consistent, the 3 vital elements that need to be in place if you want to do long-term a YouTube channel that is going to do what it's doing for us today. Our channel, Metabolismo TV, is feeding our organization every single day. Still today, our phones ring more than what we can handle. And that's because we have so much attention on the platform that people are calling us and finding us every single day. People still discover us every day that had no idea that my father passed away 1.5 years ago, and they're saying to themselves, how did I not discover this person? You don't get to understand how big this planet is until you actually see all this amount of people. We have a client. His name is Dr. Eric Berg, also known as the Keto King. We're going to hit 9 million subscribers in the next few weeks. This individual is actually just getting started in his content road. Like you can actually research this. Dr. Eric Berg's channel, it is the 5th largest health channel in the country. Ours is number 15th, and he is still getting 300,000 new subscribers every month. Historically, religiously, consistently. That's the way it is, right? So you got to understand how big the potential market is out there. It doesn't matter how small your niche is. It's quite massive. So that being said, that introduction about YouTube and the importance of it, I can tell you one thing more. Right now, for many years, I have built a lot of our businesses using Facebook ads because it was underpriced attention, and I was going very deep into that particular platform. We have changed over the tables have flipped. Right now, I'm spending more for our brand that generates multiple 8 digits a year. We are spending more on Google and YouTube than we're spending on Facebook. This month, the month of August, is the first time that we spent more. And I'm telling you a lot more right now. I'm seeing better results, more qualified audience, more people paying attention to our content, more consumption, more prospects, more sales, more everything in the platform right now. And Google it's the original digital advertising platform. They have actually gotten better and better over the years. And now they're back to being the kings of advertising in general with helping us find qualified audiences. So without further ado, Coach Jorge, he's the Chief Marketing Officer at AGM. He's been with me since day one, building campaigns, running strategies, being in charge of our Natural Slam marketing in general. He's going to go over some slides to show you all about how to run YouTube ads.
Okay, thank you. Let's get it started. All right, guys. So YouTube advertising. We're going to talk about creating the actual ad strategy. I'm going to show you, walk you through actually creating the YouTube ad and putting it out there. And we're going to show you how to create something that's just, unique to you so you can get it out there and grow your brand as big as you want. To break it down, a couple things that we're going to be segmenting this night out with is talking about the opportunity of the YouTube ads. Manuel mentioned that a little bit now, as far as the opportunity is starting to shift from a lot more from, regular, we'll call it regular social media, so like Facebook, Instagram, and stuff like that. And it's definitely, we're seeing a lot better results on YouTube. So the opportunity, it's always been there, but it's now starting to shift in importance for sure. Just mindset of creating an ad, or what kind of video, like how do you, what kind of videos should you be using for these kind of ads? And then just elements of success, like breaking down the actual video, creating it, all the different sections of it. So I'll break that all down for you guys. How many of you here watched the Super Bowl? Let me see hands. Okay, I don't know if you recognize this video right here. So this is a video ad that played on the Super Bowl, and was for the Ford Lightning truck. So, huge brands like Ford and, all these other Fortune 500 companies, they can afford, of course, to put up, these ads during the Super Bowl, right?
Who's excited about football coming back?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
So this video right here is actually running now on YouTube ads. So they spent a bunch of money, but it works so well. And as you notice, it's still going. It's not like a little short 30-second thing that you usually will see on Facebook and stuff like that, right? Long video ads can actually work on YouTube as well. But my point is that it's not just for the big brands. Who's actually advertising on YouTube? So of course you got, huge companies such as, let's say Publix, Apple, IBM, McDonald's. You guys see all those branding, videos. I wanted to focus a little more on not just the branding kind, where if you have unlimited budget, I mean, sure, go ahead, throw that, on there, and don't worry about ROI. But I wanted to talk about what do people like Roomba, who's a local, restaurant here.
Who's been to Roomba before? Been to Roomba?
I like that.
Local restaurant. It's a nice restaurant.
Exactly. Or you have Cox Heating and Air Conditioning, HVAC, or local services. If you have a business like that, YouTube ads works really, really well. Of course, here's another one, Frenchies and stuff like that. So you don't have to be a huge company. You don't have to have a huge budget. I'll go through all of those things today. You can get on YouTube. Results. So here's, I wanted to show you guys what is possible. Okay, this is an ad that we ran for the brand that Manuel was just mentioning. This is a Natural Slim ad. I like to use before and after images, especially if you're in, in this niche where weight loss and things like that, supplements, works really, really well, of course. And
Which I'd like to mention that on YouTube, you are okay using before and afters.
Exactly.
On Facebook, you're not allowed.
Oh, no. You get your ad account banned and disabled and probably sent to Facebook jail and all that.
And before and afters are the most important, like when it comes to weight loss, for example.
You got to show results.
You got to show the before and the after. So Facebook has that limitation for sure that Google doesn't.
Exactly. So that's one of the things that we love about the YouTube ads, that the less restrictions and less picky than Facebook. But so for this one here, we were spending $200 a day testing this out, and for this screenshot here, I'm showing you we spent $600. We ran it for about 3 days, $668 to bring back $3,562. So that's a profit of $2,893.
So put a dollar in place,
good, right?
Get $5 back.
Yes.
Sounds like a good gamble.
Exactly. So YouTube, it's the second largest search engine in the world. Anybody guess number one? Google. That's right.
Right.
Now, Google owns YouTube, so they share all of that data. And that's going to come into play a little bit further here. I'll show you why that's actually important, as well as a marketer, as an advertiser, why you can tap into both of those things. But it is the second largest engine in the world. People go there to search mostly, how to, but even like reviews, unboxing videos of products and stuff like that. And then also a lot in the local niche, let's call it, or industries. Like people, I showed you a little bit ago, the HVAC heating, AC people. People are searching for local companies to see if they're, if they have a social media presence or not. And YouTube, like I said, they're going to go there. It's the second largest engine. They might start on Google searching for, I don't know, I'm looking for this heating air conditioning company, right? But then they also go to YouTube to see. People are very much more visual now, even though Google will give you really good results, right, when you're searching for something, but they want to see what they're looking for. So they go to Google or YouTube. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. The data that Google and YouTube have, it's in the millions of data points that they collect from us, okay? They know location that you're in, right? If you have Gmail installed on your phone, if you have YouTube installed, or if you have Google Chrome, if you have all these Google apps that, if you have an Android phone, right, they know where we're at, they know what we're doing, stuff like that. Demographics-wise, they have a lot of data on us as well because they know everything that we're already searching for on Google or on YouTube, right? So they know everything, sometimes even before you even know that you want it. They know it already. They know buyer behavior based on their search information, signals that it signals to them that you're in the market. So let's say I am looking for a marketing agency. I might go to Google and YouTube and looking for, you know, let's just say a restaurant marketing company or something like that, right? So they know that I'm in the market because I'm searching certain keywords that have certain intent to buy or not, right? And it goes the same for, you know, e-commerce products and stuff like that, and not just the service-based industries. So here's the thing. It's a lot easier than you think to get started with YouTube ads. So here's where we're going to break it down. To run YouTube ads, you don't need a large YouTube channel, although it is very good. It helps a lot. Like Manuel was mentioning, we have these huge channels. They come in handy because they already have these built audiences that we know we can tap into and run some ads to them.
So just like you can retarget people that watch your content on Facebook, you can retarget people that watch your videos on YouTube or that are your subscribers. The same thing. They visit your website, the same capabilities that you have on Facebook. You can upload your email list to Google and retarget them and put an ad in front of a video that they're going to watch no matter what.
Right.
So it's very powerful in that way. And I can tell you, like Jorge said, intent-based prospects, you know, we historically, I've always talked about this, actually, even when I was all on board the Facebook wave and I was pushing Facebook advertising aggressively, I can tell you that I always told our clients that in order to get one quality lead on Facebook, you had to get probably like maybe 100 leads. Like, let's say, depending on the size of your offer, how big your offers are, you know, that's the way it is. Facebook is a great platform for lead generation, building lists, nurturing people on text messaging line, emails, getting people set up for you. Because remember, this is a very different type of traffic. The Facebook traffic, you are doing something called interruptive marketing. They are just enjoying the platform. They're being entertained. They're wasting their time. Maybe they're working and they're in the bathroom and they're just browsing for Facebook. Maybe they're at bed at nighttime and they're winding down and they're trying to like get ready for sleep. They're not searching for your products. They're not looking to solve a problem. So if you want to get one offer sold, you got to think about volumes of people. That is not wrong. We're still doing a lot of advertising on Facebook. We're generating leads. On Google, you maybe need 10 leads to get one quality. It's a dramatic difference. Is the cost going to be higher? Absolutely, it's going to be higher. But I can tell you that over the last year or so, things have evened out quite a bit. Many things caused that. There's a whole change to security that Apple released that made it more difficult for us to get accurate data on Facebook about the users. So now on Facebook, when you're targeting, you want to go broader. It used to be like very micro targeting because the data was so good that you were able to find your audience so fast. It's not the same thing. Right now, you got to go broad and try to hit your target. And it's going to require more money. So the balance was actually used to be very out of balance. So I used to go heavy on Facebook, and now it's more like that, right? So I actually put more energy on Google and YouTube because I'm seeing a lot more qualified prospects come into our lines, and that's why I look at data. I have a spreadsheet of data. I'm looking at this every day. Jorge showed you guys return on investment. Put $1, we're getting $5 back. On Facebook, maybe we put $1, we get $2 back, maybe 2.5, maybe 3, if we're doing a good job, which is still not bad if you do a good job and you have a good brand. But generally, we're seeing a massive difference on our return on investment because of the intent-based angle that Google has that Facebook doesn't have. Why is it so intent-based? If somebody's watching a video, let's say, for example, they're on YouTube and they want to watch a trailer for a new movie that's coming out. Let's say, what is that movie called? Is it Pandora or is it, somebody say
Avatar.
something? Avatar, right?
That's right.
Yeah, is it the world Pandora that they live in or something? I think the planet is called Pandora, right? So that's what it is, Sally? So it's called Avatar. They have the second one coming out, so maybe you want to watch the preview. And before you watch the preview, you get hit with some ads. That is still intent-based because Facebook doesn't have the data that Google had. Google knows exactly what you were browsing that entire day, the last week, what websites you were visiting, what content you were watching, what keywords you were after, and because they know that, you are very, very highly targeted. Facebook doesn't even come close to having that data right now. Unfortunately, this is the fact of the advertising platform right now that you guys need to start testing out for yourself so you can see how that works. And like Jorge is showing you, you don't have to have a big YouTube channel. These guys right here have 20 subscribers on them, and I bet you they're getting good qualified leads. Because people, if they have an ad, and if it's solving a problem for something that they have right now, let's say you're looking for a plumber, you haven't hired one, but you have a problem in the backyard or something like that, and you're gonna click on it. That's just the way it is, right?
Yeah, these guys actually get, I would say, about 90% of their leads. Maybe 90, 95, I don't know, but it's up there, right? From Google and YouTube. Because what happens a lot is people are looking for moving companies in their, in their city, and then, like I said, they go to YouTube to see, well, who are these guys? What do they look like? Can I trust them? Blah, blah, blah. And they want to come and they want to see somebody that's like nice, branded. Okay, they look professional. Okay, I can trust them now. Let me go ahead and hire them or whatever.
Just imagine that particular example right there of a moving company. Again, a lot of you guys have e-commerce, et cetera. It doesn't matter. This is applicable to anybody, right? It really is. Just imagine these guys right now, pure moving company, trying to find on Facebook out of 300 million people on the platform, out of billions on the platform, trying to find people that are moving right now. How many of you guys know, like real survey, all right? How many of you guys know, raise your hand, somebody that's moving this week? You know one? Right?
1, 2,
right?
3.
2, 3. That's actually like,
they count as one, though.
that's one. You guys are, you're moving yourselves, right? You're moving, all right? You're moving, okay, that's not fair. He sells houses, that's not fair. That's not fair either, right?
Right to the house.
He rented a house. Okay, all right, good. So out of 20 people in this room or so, or something like that, we got 1 or 2 people, right? So when you go to Facebook, Facebook doesn't have that data. They don't know that you're moving. Like how the heck would they know that you're moving this week, right?
Are you moving? Are you moving? Are you moving? It's like they're interrupting everybody asking.
Because they don't control, it's very common sense, right?
Yeah.
They don't control the website traffic. They don't have the pixels on all the individual websites out there. You know who does? Google does. They have access to all the traffic on the entire www. And because they have access to that traffic, they know who's actually searching for a moving company right now. It's just common sense, guys, all right? And you got to know, if your business model is something that is applicable to this, you got to know this is a platform that you need to really make a priority overall instead of just spending your money on Facebook. I can tell you that over the last 1.5 years, my focus on Facebook, my obsession has been lead generation and branding. Not sales, lead gen and branding. And I have massive lists. We have hundreds of thousands of phone numbers, millions of emails for my brand. We got a lot of different prospects, and a lot of those have come in for Facebook and Instagram, and we nurture them. We communicate to them on email. We give them value. We introduce them to our brand. We let them know how we solve problems. We give them testimonials. We show them what we're all about, and then eventually they fall in love, they buy our stuff. But on YouTube, these people are ready to buy right now. They don't need to be nurtured. If you have a moving company, service, they need to move right now. So if they move already, you got another maybe 7 years before they move again. You lost that train right there, all right?
That's right. So, so the other thing was that the video doesn't have to be super complicated. We'll show you some of the videos that, examples here, but it could even just be a slideshow of images with some text that says, so-and-so city, moving company, get started right now, or I don't know, something super simple. It doesn't have to be, this whole production. So ideally, you do have your channel set up like Manuel was talking about, and you're making content, stuff like that, but I just wanted to say, you only really need one video To get started, you need a channel on there, and then I'm going to show you how to hook it up to your Google Ads account. Okay, so 4 easy steps to get started on advertising the YouTube ads. So number 1, you need to create a YouTube channel. We just mentioned that. Or have access to a current one. So if you, like, that's what we do as an agency. We just grab access to your YouTube channel when you hire us. But yeah, you just need a YouTube channel. You need to connect to the Google Ads account, or you would need to create a Google Ads account. I'm not going to go into that today because it's a bunch of, maybe technical steps. But hey, guess what? You can YouTube it, right? You can learn on there.
Hire us.
Or you can hire us. We'll do it for you.
We do have availability, and we can help
boom.
anybody that wants to get our help. You can get our team to help you. There's a link that you can visit if you wanted to book an appointment to talk to somebody from our team. Mike is back there waiting for you guys to book an appointment. You can go to talktoaninja.com, talktoaninja.com, and book an appointment, and we can see how we can help you set up a lot of these things. All right, we definitely have a lot of services for anybody that's either starting off or they're wanting to scale and they need some help. Just talk to our guys, and we will figure out how to help you.
Yep. Even if you already have a YouTube channel with a lot of content and stuff like that, you can hire us, and we'll come in and we optimize everything. We'll look at all the thumbnails, all the titles, the keywords that you might be using or whatever, and we'll help you, tweak some things and optimize it to get you better results. Okay, so you need to upload a video, of course, we just talked about that, or create one. It could be a simple, slideshow, and then you need to set up your first, we call these pre-roll YouTube campaigns. They're also called in-stream. Basically, who has ever seen an ad on YouTube where you just click the little skip button? Yeah, that's the pre-roll ad. Okay, so setting up a YouTube campaign in 6 simple steps so you guys can get started. Number 1, of course, you're going to need a budget. How much can you spend? How much should they spend to acquire a customer?
It depends on the business. It's going to vary dramatically.
Right.
If you have a product that's $20 and you want to sell that particular product, then ideally I would say that it's going to require that you spend. If you can, a lot of people, like you guys went to the 𝗟𝗢𝗥𝗘 workshop this weekend. A lot of the things that Rudy talks about is the front end, right? If you can actually spend $20 to acquire a $20 purchase, you're winning, right? Even though you're losing money on that front end, you want to keep on nurturing those people. So the e-commerce guys, your number has to be based on your belief of being able to monetize that person along the way. And if you don't have systems in place, massive email nurtures, text messaging going on, other value going on, like you're doing blogs, you're doing things to keep people in your community, then YouTube might not be the right thing for you to do, right? It's almost like
if you just want it to be like very transactional. I want to spend, I want to make money, and that's it.
Like the way the simple analogy that I can give you is if you're going to sell a book, you ideally, unless you have an audience already, have to write the book first, right? It's hard to sell a book that you haven't written yet. Now, there's people that have massive audiences, and they'll say, oh, not in my case. I can pre-sell my book. Regularly, generally, most offers need to write their book, and then they promote it, right? This same thing applies over here. If you're going to do massive promotions to generate prospects, leads, sales, you better have the whole thing built out. Like, you need to have, like, channels ready to deliver value. Like, you build out 60 days of content and get ready to deliver that value to people, because that's what's going to get people to increase the lifetime value. I can tell you, on Facebook, we figured out that our numbers really well. We spend $43 to acquire a customer that pays $87 for the first time. But those $43, we already know that they become $250 at the end of the first year. So we already have our numbers. So you got to have your numbers very clearly established before you get going on this, because otherwise it's going to end up being a waste and a disappointment.
And then that number changes if we send the person to our phone room, not our website. Then that number, it's actually bigger. So,
absolutely.
We know we can spend more to just generate a phone call, which we don't actually spend that much, not $40-something. So yeah, you got to know your numbers.
Yeah, and then you have all other bigger ticket items, thousands of dollars that, you got to have those numbers clear. You got to generate prospects, give them a free evaluation, give them you can do the demo, what you can do for them. You can maybe somehow connect with them a little bit more. And if you can close one out of these 50 people or one of these 20 people, and you paid, let's say, $10 a lead, then you're making money. You're winning, right? So it's all about the numbers, and it dramatically varies from person to person. It's not equal across the board, right?
Yes. Also, one other thing that Manuel always says when I ask him, like, well, what should our budget be? What should I tell them? And the faster you want to get there, the more you can spend, the faster you will get there. Is another answer to that.
Right.
To your
well,
budget.
There's some people that say, was it Grant Cardone or was it Russell Brunson, that you win, the one that spends the most is the one that wins the game,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So at the end of the day,
the one who can pay the most to acquire the customer.
Correct.
Wins.
So it's not like to acquire the customer. That's actually phrased correctly. The one that can spend the most to acquire a customer, that's the one that wins the game usually, right? When there's competition.
Exactly. All right. So you also need to decide on your targeting. I mean, if you have a business, you have an idea who your customers are, right? Their location. Obviously, if you're a local, again, AC company here in Largo, well, you know, it's probably going to be, let's say, Pinellas. Maybe you go into the other counties around here, right? Tampa area and stuff like that. But you have an idea of your location. Maybe it's nationwide, and you just choose the whole United States. Or in our case, actually, by now we have so much data. We know California, Texas, Florida, New York, like those are our top states. I've ran ads on just those states to fully optimize our campaigns once we've gathered all that data. So you have to know your location, your demographics, and just your buyer behavior. You have to at least have an idea. I'm going to show you right now in a second how you can use the Google Ads platform to learn you know, what else is out there if you don't have any idea at all. Decide the offer and location to send the traffic. So what that means is talking a little bit about how you were saying, like, well, you spend $1 to make $20 or to make $1 or whatever, right? But what are you offering, and what are you going to offer them after you acquire them? So you have to have some sort of an idea on that. And where are you sending the traffic means, like the website visitors? Is it just your general website, or is it going to be like a specific landing page that only talks about one of your products or your services, which, by the way, that's what I recommend. You don't want to send people somewhere that they talk about 30 different services that you offer. You want to focus on one thing with your ads. That's the most efficient way to run the ads. Then, of course, you need to connect the ad to the video to the ad. You need to launch and watch. What that means is you let you put the video out there, and then you're going to start to gather the data. You're going to start to see numbers. Who's clicking? How many are they clicking? How much does it cost to get a click? Am I getting any sales? That sort of thing, right? So you're going to gather this data because you want to use it to get better and better. And we always say, like, it's always an investment whenever you do these ads. Don't think about it as like, oh, I'm just spending money or wasting money. Because even if it doesn't convert or you don't get what you want out of it, you at least have the data of what not to do. Okay, let me go this way and try this other way, right?
Yeah. We'll answer questions. I see questions coming in on the stream. We'll get to the questions soon, and we'll clarify. There's some good questions coming in. We'll clarify those later.
Okay, cool. So let's go through building the ad really quick here, and we're going to get to the Q&A section here shortly.
So this is on, what is the website to access this platform?
So this is the Google AdWords account, or the Google Ads account. To be honest, every time I look for it, I just Google AdWords login, I swear, and it just takes me.
Yeah, I always memorize the Facebook one because it was business.facebook.com, right?
Same.
So anyways, Google AdWords.
Yeah.
AdWords is one word. Just Google that, and the first result is going to be the platform. You go in there, you set up your account, you sign in. You're going to use your Gmail account. Exactly. If you don't have one, you create one. I see people still using Hotmails, whatever. Create your Gmail account, and then you're going to be able to create your marketing in there. Was that?
We have a guilty Hotmail
account user? Yeah?
Okay, good. All right, so you just decide on your budget, right? That was step number one. You can start with as little as $5 a day. That's all you need. But I do recommend, I mean, if your product costs, let's say $20, let's start with at least that, or if you can afford a couple times that, because it does take a little bit for this, machine to learn, and it's got to start spending money to learn. And so the lower your budget is, the slower that process becomes. And sometimes you don't want to wait there for a week to really see, well, should I switch what I'm doing or not? So get there fast, spend a few times more than what your product costs is usually the good rule of thumb. Okay, so once you got your budget in there, then the next thing is, this is the cool part, so you have a bunch of demographic data. It's like everything, they know everyone and everything about us, right, like I was saying. So if your market is female and males, then you can just leave that, right? But if you know that mostly your customers are males, then you can uncheck the female, because you're Google will spend money to put that in front of people, but if you already know that most of the time it's males, then just help it to be a little bit more optimized from the start. That's my tip for that. Same thing with the ages, right? If you have enough budget, you can break up campaigns to target different ages and then have it test different, different age groups so you can find out, which ones you should be working on.
So I'd like to mention here that this is a tool, right? The tool and the performance of the tool lies in the hand of the beholder. This is the way it is, right? Just like there's a doctor that can kill you with a set of tools, that same doctor can actually save your life with the same exact set of tools. How do you explain that? The skill is important. So I see people here commenting, just on the YouTube channel, I saw people commenting like, well, I spent money and I didn't get a return, I'm doing this. You gotta understand that your skill needs to improve because there's so many different things that you can do on it when it comes to targeting, when it comes to the split testing, when it comes to the creatives, when it comes to the locations, when it comes to the different opportunities, and you can even go after, it's a pretty massive world of opportunities in this platform. For example, if you are gonna put some energy behind it, you would go out there and search for 20 channels that are similar to your brand, big channels. You can even target YouTube channels directly and put your own ads on from your videos in these channels of your competitors. Let's say that I'm selling slime on Amazon because I have a toy brand. I just mentioned slime because it has a pretty massive YouTube channels. I'm telling you, these guys are incredible. You want to build a viral YouTube channel, just talk about slime for 365 days in a row and you'll go viral, all right, at some point. You should have a brand to support that because otherwise it's just a waste of your time. But just as an example, if you have a brand that sells slimes because you have a toy brand, well, you can go out there and look at all these other powerhouse YouTube channels and you can target them. If a YouTuber is very smart, like for example, us, we're smart YouTubers, you know what I do? I make a list of my competitors and I exclude them. None of them are allowed to market in my channel. So if you try to advertise supplement companies, weight loss companies on our Natural Slim or our Metabolismo TV channels, they're not allowed, right? So I can tell you one thing, most people are not smart like us. They don't do that. They don't exclude, all right? So you have all these channels that are YouTube channels that are powerful that you can include in your targeting and just go after them directly. You can't do that on Facebook. You can't target exact pages. You can target, like, for example, people that have fan bases, some major channels, but not like YouTube, that you can go directly to a particular YouTube channel or related subject.
Right.
So just to clarify,
you could target like, let's say, a personality, but you can't put your ads in their page, in front of their audience while they're on their page, and you can do that with YouTube.
Yeah, I just want to answer that question that I'm seeing because a lot of people have tried YouTube ads, just like a lot of people tried Facebook ads and none of it worked. The tool relies on your skill to use that tool. So you got to learn. You got to do the right thing, like show up to workshops like this and learn and find out what we're doing that's successful. We're not making things up. Does this building look like we make things up? We are actually accomplishing results and successful strategies and campaigns for our clients. And because we have accomplished success, we make the Inc. 5000 list. We get more clients coming in. We're helping more people. So what we're saying is based on, not a dream, is based on actual practical application of this information. So if you guys are not getting results, then you probably need to just get more information, get more educated, and get back to the whiteboard, like they say. Go back to the drawing board and figure out what you need to learn so you can actually try it again and get more results. Advertising is more like being a baseball player, right? If you get on base 3 out of 10 times, you're killing it, man. You go to the Hall of Fame, right? In advertising, it's like that. You got to go out there, try things out. Oh, man, that didn't work. Get back. I cannot even tell you how many millions of dollars I have wasted in advertising campaigns that didn't work. Now, my father would be the first one to always correct me. When I say, Dad, I spent all this money. I think it was a waste. He would be like, son, stop it right there. You did not waste. You invested. Whatever you do trying to get results, it's never a waste. Never, ever a waste. It is a process of discovering what works. It also ends up being branding because your message is being put in front of people. Yeah. That's never a waste. So trying things out until you find something that works. It's an investment of your money, and it's a smart investment to do.
Yeah, you just got to stay consistent, persistent, learn, and then optimize along the way. So another cool thing here is that you have access to people based on household income. How cool is that? So if you want to exclude the lower 50% because maybe your product is a little bit, or your service is a little bit
Higher ticket?
higher end, yeah, higher ticket, then maybe you just go for the top 10, top 30%, right?
Go over here and just exclude everybody else. You have a product that sells for 5Gs, you can just get all these people out of the equation and go after that. And how does Google have that data? Facebook also has that data. They have that data because they connect with the IRS public information, and they go after zip codes. They go after certain zip codes across the country that have certain income levels in that area. And that's how they invade people's privacy. It's public information, all right?
Exactly. So, okay, good. So then down here under audience segment, this is where it gets really cool too, because you can choose custom segments. So these are people based on their search activity. They downloaded apps or visited certain websites. So let's say you sell, I don't know, some sort of maybe a yoga mat or something. Anybody that has downloaded any kind of yoga app, you can target those people. Certain, maybe video games apply to your business or whatever, you could target those apps. So that's pretty cool. Let's say if we're in the weight loss and we want to target anybody that uses MyFitnessPal or something like that, right? Or visited certain websites. Oh, you visited my competitors' websites. Google knows that because they have the Google Analytics in there. I'm not going to be able to necessarily retarget them specifically, but I can put in certain websites and Google knows, okay, Manuel visited XYZ website and these other websites are similar, so I build an audience based on that, and now I can show my ads to people that are interested in marketing companies or whatever the case may be.
Fire.
Pretty cool, pretty cool.
Absolutely.
You can also use your own data. So if you have a list of customers, just upload it to Google AdWords, and now you can target these people.
Or you can exclude them.
Or,
also,
very smart. Yeah,
same
you don't
thing.
want to be spending money trying to sell somebody the same thing they already bought from you that maybe, if the case is they're not going to buy again, exclude them. Don't waste money on them. Especially because Google is super smart, so it's going to know, oh, well, let me try to go after them first. I already saw that they purchased in the past, or they were on your website, right?
That's right. So if you have a list of clients that are upset with you, they have asked refunds over the years,
yeah,
it's a no-brainer. Always put them in there.
And then interests and detailed demographics, people based on their interests, life events, or detailed demographics. So it knows if you're moving recently, whoever, they know that you're moving right now because you've been searching certain things, or you recently moved to the area. That's a really successful campaign for dentists. They love to target people, like if somebody moves to an area and they need a certain service there, in a city like dentists, for example, or something like that, you can target those people and get in front of them, and they're more likely to purchase from you there, right? Life events is also like if you're getting married, those sort of things. There was a life event in there that I recently saw, I hadn't seen it before, which is starting a business or sold a business or something.
I wonder how they know that. That's pretty incredible. A lot of data points, for sure.
Exactly. So all you got to do is, go to this browse section, and here's the in-market segment, life events, detailed demographics, and you can drill down from here. I believe I had it. Yeah, here we go. So I had a video. This is what it looks like once you're building the ad and you're inside AdWords. So you can see here, look at all these different, breakdowns of the different in-market segments. Again, these are people that they know they're in the market for insurance. They're in the market for certain, let's say, home and garden, okay, 10 billion accounts. Some of them are interested in home decor, some home furnishings, some home security. If you sell solar or alarms and stuff like that, your customers are there. Just go put a YouTube ad in front.
And this data is way better than Facebook's data. Way better because of all the data points that they have.
Here we go. Business creation, life event, you see? Mm-hmm. Marriage, moving, new pet, purchasing a home, retirement. You can target by parental status. If you sell certain toys that are only for kids, well, they know if parents that have toddlers, parents that have teens, everything's in there, everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just said, it's your ability to use the tool. The tool is there. You got to learn how to use it. One of the company core values at AGM Marketing, what do we call it, Jorge?
FIO?
FIO, that's right. We didn't plan this, by the way. We have like 20 different core values. He knows exactly what I was going to say. FIO stands for figure it out. I do not have a degree, and neither does he, talking about marketing, digital training, none of it. I figure things out along the way. And along the way, people would tell me like, well, no, that's not possible. By people, I mean like the coach, right? And I'm like, all right, just let me give it a try. And I would just go out there and click on things and figure things out until I got the solution. So the one thing that I can tell you guys is you got to just jump in there and start clicking on things.
That's what we're doing here. We're
Just
clicking,
clicking
we're
on
looking,
things.
we're reading. You see over here on the right, 10 billion, what is that number? You put your little mouse on it and it tells you, oh, these are accounts, because every household has probably about 4 YouTube accounts, I would say, on average.
Yeah, and I can show you. Let me give you an example of an ad. Let's do a YouTube video ad together. You guys are ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it very quickly, all right? Okay, so I'm in AGM marketing. I'm actually going to turn on the mic so they can hear me. It just sounds a little bit loud. I'm going to lower this volume right here. Okay? 1 minute video, right? Okay, so this is AGM marketing. It stands for Attention Grabbing Media. We do bi-weekly workshops in which we talk about marketing. We show you exactly how to succeed in the world of advertising. We are an Inc. 5000 company twice in a row, and we're conquering the world of digital marketing. And we're showing you exactly how to do it for free. So if you want to be a part of this, go to Money Making Workshops. What's the website?
Moneymakingworkshops.com.
Moneymakingworkshops.com, and you can save your space so you can actually come with these guys right here and attend the workshop, or you can join the stream. All I need in exchange for you to show up is 2 things: your email and your phone number. And I promise you, I'm going to give you a ton of value. So what do you say? Moneymakingworkshops.com is the place to go. Come and we'll help you. We'll give you the value that you need. The key to success in the world of advertising on social media is knowledge. If you have the right information, you can win. If you don't have enough information, you won't win. If you're struggling, you're simply not learning enough. So go and register right now. Moneymakingworkshops.com. Talk soon. 1 minute video, all right? Just like that. I did not script it. I did not plan it. I just spoke from my heart, and I used my phone, iPhone 13. You guys want to create videos? We're going to probably run it tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
right?
it'll be live tomorrow.
And we're going to use it to promote locally and also nationally, because we like to get attention to our workshops and this is our give back to society. And we use our own money to advertise, to bring you guys over here so we can give you free value. So you can create a video like that, bring attention to your business, to your brand, use it to generate leads and prospects, and now you're growing in your branding in general. So it's not complicated. And I just did that because I wanted to prove to you guys the simplicity of creating a video ad. The days of spending $20,000 for a video ad are over. You can create video content right now with your phone, with high quality audio, with great visuals, amazing look and feel, just with your cell phones that you're all carrying with you. So there's no excuses. I've seen some people spend millions of dollars on phone ads that they've actually just done like that to talk about their brand. I have seen ads with webcams, people on a camera sitting down, just hitting record. Hey, let me tell you about our business right now. What we're doing right now, we're helping the society, is like we're putting all this money, whatever it is, right? So it doesn't matter what it is, Andy, you can create a video fixing your boats and doing your stuff, just like that, and you can run it as YouTube ads. And remember this, it's never a waste. Don't ever come and tell me that you wasted money on advertising on YouTube, because it's never a waste. You invest the money on advertising, you're trying to figure out what works, and you're trying to find something that you can scale and take to the next level, all right? That's how it works.
Let's go. All right, so now this is what it looks like when you're building out the actual ad. So you're going to need a landing page or a URL or a website. It's all the same thing. It's just the final place where you're sending your traffic to.
Look at what it says over there. Videos longer than 3 minutes don't usually perform as well as shorter videos. It's warning you right there.
Oh, when you made that video, it reminded me of something. So that video is only going to be a minute long, and the cool thing is that if somebody clicks the little skip button, that little skip ad button right there, you don't get charged for that. Isn't that cool? So now you're doing all this like branding, because we're gonna put out tons of videos with Manuel's face on it, and they're gonna see him and see him and see him, and a lot of that time we're not even paying. But they're still seeing him, and then when he shows up organically with his YouTube channel, they're like, okay, who is this guy? Let me watch his videos or whatever. And then it happens. So many times people have watched videos for months or a year or whatever, and then they come to us and they're like, okay, fine, I'm ready. Help me out, right? So if they click the little skip ad, you don't get charged. And if it's a minute video like he did for us, if they watch less than 30 seconds, you don't get charged either. So it's not just those first 5 seconds.
We'll get to the questions in a second.
Yeah, and if your video is shorter than 60 seconds, 30 seconds or less, if they watch the whole thing, then you get charged. Otherwise, you don't. So you can do short videos is the point, and the cool thing about that is, like I said, you don't get charged until those certain things that I just went over.
Don't make it boring, right? When you're making all this content, you got to be energetic. You got a few seconds to capture people's attention.
Yep.
6 seconds at most, all right? Otherwise, you lost them forever before they hit skip.
Exactly.
Because they want to see the slime video or whatever that is.
So this is how easy or how simple it is to create your YouTube ad. So you need your link where you're sending people to, if that's your website or a specific landing page. You need a call to action, so tell them what you want them to do. Click to learn more, click to download, click to schedule, something like that. Schedule today, book now, whatever that call to action is, that's where you would put it. And then they give you a headline, a little bit longer headline, and even a description. That's all going to show up right here under the video. That's a mobile version. On a desktop, you don't get this thing dropping down. You just get your headline of your video right there. All right, and those are all required things, but yeah, just play around with that, and you start to test different headlines or different call to actions. Like one time I've tested learn more versus shop now for e-commerce, and the learn more actually performed better. I got more clicks out of that. Even though you would think like, well, shop now, like, okay, you're ready to shop, like go, right? But learn more, it seems like it's a little bit less commitment.
It's easy for them to digest.
Yeah.
I don't have to commit to a purchase, right?
Yeah. It's like, okay, I'm not going to shop. I'm just going to learn. I'm just going to see. Just
right.
looking. Don't worry. All right. So the YouTube video ad basics is what Manuel kind of was going over. Your first 7 seconds has to be catchy, or said in another way, you need a hook. Okay. You need to tell people. What works really well for me is like list 3 reasons why you need to come to our workshop. I'm going to tell you right now, Or we actually ran one of my videos for this workshop. I don't know if anybody here saw it, but
I saw it.
I started it off with all your customers are on YouTube, and I'm going to show you how to access them for free or something like that. I said, right? So it's like a hook. So okay, what are you talking about, right? And then I go into come to the workshop and all that. So you got to make it catchy. You only have about 7 seconds to really hook people in for them to keep watching. Make sure to clearly, talk about their problem and your solution. So problem first and how you can solve them, right? Or how you can solve that. And good audio. This is actually more important than your camera, than your video quality. So if you're going to use a cell phone, make sure to do it like kind of indoors where it's not going to pick up a bunch of audio from everyone else, or use a little lapel mic. That's what they're called, right?
Mike, where is Jimmy? Where is he at? Can you bring it over?
Yeah, I'm going to show you what that looks
listening?
like, because that makes a world of difference. If you can add, I think it was $30 or something for
$20-something.
$20-something for one of these mics, and it totally changes the
audio. The audio is insane. It feels like. It feels like
one of these,
like a $1,000 Shure lavalier microphone. Insane. How much did you pay for it, Jimmy? $30. $30. All right. So you plug this thing in. All right. It tells you how much the world has changed. You plug this thing in over here on this side. You turn it on both sides. It has a little button. You plug it in over here. Off you go. Somebody can record it over here for you, or you can put it on a stand and you can be over here. And the audio is crisp. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So if you guys wanted to increase the quality of the audio, what I did right now, the ad that I did for 1 minute, it's going to be good audio. This takes it to a new level, all right? And it costs $30 on Amazon. I should be selling it, actually. I'm not.
And that's good if you're outside, like I was saying, because you don't want to pick up all kinds of audio that's around you. Or it's also really good if you're going to be far away from your phone.
Even in here, because when I'm doing content over here, sometimes this place is like a little jungle. I can tell you. These guys are insane during the day.
Yeah.
So if I want to create content around it, if I'm not wearing this, like it doesn't, the microphone, it's more like, what is it called? There's a term for audio. It's omnidirectional. Dan, thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Look at him.
So it's omnidirectional, so it's going to catch audio across the board. When you put this in, it goes straight in. So it focuses on the audio close by. So if you want to get high quality audio, looks like I'm doing a commercial right now, all right? This thing is amazing. If you guys want to ask, this is actually Lee Real. Somebody's going to make some money with this. Leereel, all right? And it's a wireless mic. It's amazing. Jimmy's the one that found it for us, and I was definitely blown away.
You just connect it to your laptop or whatever when you want to charge it, but it lasts forever.
Yeah.
But the main point of that is, like I was saying, the audio is actually more important than the video quality. You can have really fussy kind of video, whatever, and then if you're doing a voiceover over that video, make sure to have a really good audio and it'll convert very well. Okay, and you want to state the offer and tell the watcher to do something at the end. So call now, click the link below. What is it that you said in your video? Go to the website, moneymakingworkshop.com,
go to the website, yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was a call to action in that example, right? Act now, etc. And by the way, if you don't want to say that, maybe you don't feel that, I've come across this, some people are like, I don't want to be too salesy or whatever, then just do your video, and then you can add it with a caption or letters, and add that to your video, okay? Or if you forgot it, that's another tip. You could just add that to your video and have that call to action at the end. All right.
All right, that's
So
awesome. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. So I'm going to bring our senior account manager. He's the expert on the world of Google, senior authority, and he's going to answer questions. I know some people have questions. We'll get to them. Thank you, Coach. That was a great presentation.
Yes.
I like to. What's that?
I said, did I leave you hanging?
Yeah. No, you didn't. I like to also. We didn't talk about this because it's a pretty big subject, but one of my favorite things to do with YouTube advertising is retargeting. So we're talking about a lot of like, you're doing cold traffic with this strategy, right? A lot of it is like, hey, I want to get people to actually consume my offer or my product. But my favorite thing to do, especially because I have big YouTube channels and I got a lot of traffic on my websites, because I have all this traffic, there is no better place to convert those people to the next step of the journey with us than on YouTube. That's just the way it is. So if I want to retarget my email list so I can sell them an offer, if I want to retarget my video watchers, if I want to retarget my subscribers, if I want to retarget people that are visiting my website, if I want to retarget any of these people, the best place to do so to get them to convert is YouTube. So if you have a big list, you got to plug that list on YouTube and use it on Google AdWords. If you have a lot of traffic on your website, you need to connect Google AdWords with your website and retarget them. If you have a lot of people on your subscribers, you got to connect YouTube channel with Google AdWords and retarget those guys, and so on. Because you can even open up things like, let's say you have a good YouTube channel. You can now say to Google AdWords, hey, can you help me find people like my subscribers? Can you help me find people like the ones that are following my stuff? And that's going to help YouTube get you more qualified people. So retargeting for years has been my favorite thing to do in the world of digital marketing, has been on YouTube. But now it's become more like even cold prospecting, finding new audiences, new people, new prospects, new purchasers and buyers. Google is taking the cake. So, Mr. Dan, this is Dan Avila. He is our senior account manager at AGM, been with us for many years. He's managing a lot of accounts and responsible for the advertising for a lot of accounts. So let's give it 5 minutes or 10 at the most. I know we had a question over there, back there. You still have a question? You got it answered? Okay, anybody in this room have a question? If not, we'll go to the stream. Raise your hand if you have a question. That's great. No questions. Okay, so let's see. So Premium Dentistry says, where do I add the hashtags? Hashtag AGM rocks. That's nice. In my ad. So where do I add the hashtags?
So if you have a video that's on YouTube already, when you have the description, that's where you put the hashtags. Because you have to upload the video to YouTube, you have to give it a description. Now it's not necessary for running an ad that it has to have it, but the hashtags would go as part of the regular description. So you can say that this video is about X, Y, and Z, and then you can put the hashtags relevant to what it is about: plumbing, dentistry, tooth removal, and stuff like that.
Good, yeah. Believe it or not, hashtags is a thing on YouTube, and they're trying to make it catch some fire, right? Just replicating the success of Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, even Facebook hashtags. Okay, good. I didn't catch the name of the mic, so that was already answered. Lee Real Sylvia. No, he's answering to Sylvia. So Lee Real is the name of the lapel mic. There's another question from Brad. What free softwares are available to help me create YouTube ads?
So in terms of creating videos themselves, almost every phone has iMovie on it. Or you can, if you have any of the social media, like Instagram has its own video editing app. You could make a video in Instagram and download it to your phone and use it there. TikTok has one. All the apps have their own video software that will allow you to create video.
Let me send him this for the question, so the audience can hear you.
How you doing? So I have a question in regards of the.
What is it that you do? Can you introduce yourself?
So my name's 𝗟𝗢𝗥𝗡. I'm founder of Fit Beauty Hacks, weight loss coaching for women and supplement company.
Love it.
So on the YouTube ads, you know how you got this format, kind of like the reels. So how do you? Is that an ongoing, like a real good place to start an ad, or do you suggest like the normal YouTube videos?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Do you want to answer that one? You can answer it. Yeah. So YouTube Shorts is trending. It's on fire right now. Like if you guys want to create a YouTube channel that grows faster, you need to be posting 3 to 4 YouTube Shorts a day. Because YouTube Shorts is the one thing that can actually get you more views than subscribers. If you post on your YouTube channel, you're only going to get the horizontal content, small attention until that becomes big. YouTube Shorts are similar to TikTok Reels, TikTok content, in which it can catch fire. Like we have a client named Dr. Living Good, great guy. His first ever TikTok got 1.5 million views, first ever. So that doesn't happen anywhere else. YouTube Shorts is becoming a little bit of that platform in which you can create content for the platform, and based on interest, they will help you spread it if the content is good. Advertising-wise, we have a lot of things going on. We have some brands that we're spending 60% on regular horizontal content, 40% on shorts. Because what we have seen for shorts is that if you look at the feed, and I can share that with you guys, the thing that makes it different, that makes it very cool, the shorts part, is that it's so much easier for people to actually subscribe, right? If you're watching a video on the horizontal video, the platform is, you got to jump outside or maybe find a button under it. But this is so cool. Check it out. So if I'm in the shorts feed right here, I'm going to share it with you guys right now. So the content, this is just random. I get every time I switch videos.
You get $1 or a page.
Let me see if I can show you this. It doesn't show up on my screen. If I flip it, no, it doesn't show up. But over here,
There are 3.
if you guys look at my phone over here, that's the video right there playing over here. It doesn't show. It's a vertical video. It's a short. There's a subscribe button, a big one, a big red one. So if I like that content, I can just click on it right there. So for generating subscribers, nothing is going to be more powerful than the YouTube Shorts right now. That's just the way it is. So if you're trying to grow a subscriber base, you go down that route. For advertising, I can tell you that, and Dan, you can give me your opinion on it, but if you're looking for buyers, you got to go for the full horizontal, because these are the ones that are looking to learn something. They're the ones educated. The long-form content, horizontal content. 1-minute videos, horizontal, not the vertical ones. The vertical ones are like people that they're looking to entertain themselves, waste their time, etc. So I would say that it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. You want to grow a lot of subscribers, put a lot of energy on shorts. You want to get a lot of qualified customers and prospects, you're going to have to put more energy on the YouTube horizontal format. Would you agree?
Yeah, and when you're thinking about that with the targeting, if you're just trying to create awareness, like, hey, here, this is me, like TikTok, you can do that. But if you want to actually give someone a reason to buy something, it might take more than 15 seconds to explain your features and benefits and why you're different than your competitors. So you could basically take a video, run it as a short, and then make a longer form version of it and run it horizontally on your YouTube channel.
Absolutely. Okay, great. Any other question, guys? Here in the audience. Okay, let me check on the stream.
There is another one here on YouTube.
Sylvia, let me check that. I have it right here.
Also, Dan, if you want to talk about, is there a difference for the YouTube ads for people running on the public or unlisted videos? You want to talk about that at all?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so he's asking if there's a difference between running a video that's unlisted from your channel versus one that's public. So when you upload a video to YouTube, that could be either a video on the channel or one to run as an ad. You can choose to have it be private or unlisted, and you can run an ad to it. If it's unlisted, it doesn't show when anyone just goes to visit the videos that are on your channel, but you can still run ads to it, and you can still spend money on it. This would also be part of the question with the guy with the hashtags, because if it's an unlisted video, the hashtags don't matter because no one can find it anyway. So you wouldn't want to use a creative description and hashtags on a video that no one can find. So the hashtags and the descriptions, or otherwise known as YouTube SEO, would only be valuable if the video were available so YouTube can show it to people who may be looking for information on a specific subject or content.
Absolutely. Sylvia has a great question. Let's see who can answer this well. If I make a video with my iPhone, this is important, by the way. Pay attention, guys. It's a good question. If I make a video with my iPhone, what is the easiest way to put subtitles on it?
So a lot of the platforms now, like there's apps like Descript will do it, but some of them do it themselves. YouTube could add captions for you.
So YouTube and Facebook, both of them would actually put subtitles for you, right? If you wanted to do, like Dan mentioned, Descript, that's a place for you to take your content and put the transcripts. You can download a transcript of the whole thing, Descript.com. You can check that out. Also, you can go to Instagram Reels. Here's a trick. Jorge, what is that app, that website to download Instagram content?
Instagram content?
Without the watermark?
It's an app called Reposter.
Reposter, okay? So that's actually fire, guys. We're giving you gold right here, all right? So if you wanted to download, this is what you could do. You know how those captions on Instagram Reels look really cool? That you can see, you don't have to play the audio. You know exactly what is being told, and it covers almost a whole vertical screen. So you can post it on Instagram, like the whole thing, and then you can go to reposter.com. Is it .com or .io?
Oh, that's the app to download the Instagram content.
It's an app, okay?
Yeah. Are you talking about the one that's for the captions or just to download?
Let's not open up that kind of worm. So if you go to
just for download is Reposter.
Reposter, if you want to download that thing, and it takes the captions and it makes it look like that type of content, all right? But if you want to add it like that on the whole horizontal video, then you can use this script, and then on post editing, add the captions in there, so you can make it look like that, yeah. All right? Okay, good. Guys, we can keep talking about this forever. We'll add this last question from Premium Dentistry. She's on fire today. How do I hide the hashtag from the audience? It's not really something important because you put the hashtags at the bottom of your description, so they don't really show up as visible, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you'd want to hide them. Maybe if you didn't want your competitors to know what hashtags you were targeting, but they could figure it out anyway. It's not that hard to do.
Yeah, so if you don't want your competitors seeing that you're hashtagging them, then that's a problem. You're not going to be able to do that. Okay, Jimmy just said that this script, which we mentioned, is desktop only. So keep that in mind, not a mobile app, not a mobile platform, this script. Okay? All right.
Because the Premium Dentistry is actually my sister.
Oh, it is your sister, huh?
But one thing I know on Instagram that they do.
Let me have you put this thing on so everybody can hear you.
Hello, my name is Wilson Aguiar. I work with Premium Dentistry. The person there posting is either my sister or my mother.
All right.
But one thing that I know that Instagram does, a lot of like users that use the hashtag, is that what they do is that they'll write whatever description they want, and then they'll just period all the way down, maybe like 30 lines down, and they'll put all the hashtags. And sometimes if you go down there, they can have like 30 or 40, 50 hashtags.
30 is a max.
Yeah.
30 is a max.
Yeah, so that's normally what they do. So I do that on my Instagram, and it tends to work. I posted a video like a month ago, and I'm still getting like likes and stuff on the video.
Yeah, so you go ahead and dump it and hide it
Yeah.
deep into the description, because you can have a description that is 2,000 characters long. You have a lot of space to write stuff in it. All right? Okay, good. So Dan, how about share with the audience 3 hot tips if they want to succeed with YouTube ads?
So first tip is don't overthink it and just get it out there, because as I said, if you can spend all day trying to get the perfect lighting, the perfect situation, but if it never gets launched, no one sees your ad anyway, so it doesn't matter. Number 2, if you get any comments or if you get anything actually respond to them, use the feedback that you get to see if maybe you can help answer questions, because even though YouTube is for that, it's a community as well, and you'll have people put in comments and stuff, and you can build awareness that way. Number 3, make sure you have a place to send them to that's worthy to be seen. So let's say you want to send them to something, make sure there's a congruence. So if the ad says, hey, check out my plumbing business, and you send them to a link that's an About Us page that has no plumbing on it, you're going to confuse people, and there's going to be no reason for them to. So make sure there's a congruence between what the video says you're going to send them to do and the place they end up, so that you're likely to get them to take action, because people get really confused, and then it affects your ability to get results in your ads.
Awesome. Appreciate that, Dan, very much. Thanks for helping us today. Thank you, guys. Okay, so anybody that needs marketing help in any area, whether you need to create funnels and websites and landing pages, or you need to create content for your brand, or you need to get some help with your ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, we're going deep into that right now at this point. Whether you need to get your brand out of Amazon and get it into e-commerce, or you need to get your brand out of e-commerce only and go into Amazon, we're really good in that area. Actually, now that I mentioned that, great segue, unintentionally, we're going to do $100 million in Amazon revenue this year. We're really good in that particular area. We are averaging anywhere from $7 to $9 million in revenue every single month right now, and we are growing like crazy. All our statistics for the brands that we manage are screaming, skyrocketing. There's a lot of reasons why that's happening. When you see expansion on some businesses, there's always something that's causing it. It's not just like intellectual property and us being ninjas. That's a part of it. But right now, for example, Amazon has done a purge in their system. They have gotten rid of a lot of people that had trash products, that didn't have certifications, that have low quality, and a lot of people stopped selling their stuff. So they have cleaned the platform. And the brands that are still on Amazon, particularly supplement brands, they have been vetted and certified as actual real brands selling real products with actual formulas that have been, I can tell you right now, us in Natural Scent, we had to submit certificate of analysis of every single product. We had to show them exactly how our products are built, and we had to get lab inspections by companies that they approve for them to allow us to keep on selling on the platform. So this particular process that they did has cleaned up a bunch of brands that weren't actually good brands. They have done this because they wanted to protect their reputation as a good place for people to buy products. It was being affected. People were buying too much trash. They were putting it in their bodies, and it was actually hurting the brand in general. So they have done a great job of cleaning that. When they do this cleanup, that means that I take advantage of it because I got more people paying attention to us because we're still sticking around. So we have incredible affluences across the board in the world of Amazon, not just only on supplements, on many, many different niches, businesses, models, all kinds of things. We're doing really well on the platform. And I'm telling you guys all this because in 2 weeks, we're going to have a workshop in here with our senior Amazon executive. His name is Rob Witt. He's not here with us today. But we're going to be talking about Amazon brands, how to get started, how to get them going, tricks to get them to succeed, all kinds of ninja things. And Rob is very passionate about what he does. He's the one responsible for all this revenue. And if you guys want to learn about the Amazon opportunity, we're going to teach them all about it, all right? So any of you guys that need help right now and you're sick and tired of leaving money on the table and you want to use people that have intellectual property to help you, book an appointment to talk to our team. Talk to @ninja.com, and we're really, really serious about helping you guys succeed. So we will sell you the correct service that you need right now. We do not sell you anything if we don't believe we can help you. I promise you that. We're very strict about who we service, and it's based on, can we help you right now? Is it a good time for you guys to get our help? And based on that, we can present to you an opportunity to work with us that is going to be convenient or applicable, beneficial for both of us. So talk to @ninja.com is the place for you guys to attend. So guys, thank you for joining us on the stream. If you want to book your space for next workshop in 2 weeks, talking about Amazon, go to moneymakingworkshops.com. Save your space to either come in person or to attend the stream, and I will see you guys in a couple of weeks here. For you guys that are local, I want to get a picture with you guys, all right? So we're going to do that right now. So Jimmy, we're good. Let's say goodbye to the stream right now. Did you already end it? No? See you guys. Love you. See you in the next one, all right? By the way, for you guys on the stream, Jimmy, before you end, if you guys wanted to listen to, who knows Grant Cardone? Raise your hand. Okay? Who doesn't know Grant Cardone? Who doesn't know Grant Cardone? All right. You guys need to Google him, all right? So, yeah. Who is that? Who is that?
Reggaeton.
Reggaeton. Who knows reggaeton? Who knows Bad Bunny? All right. So anyways, I did a live stream yesterday talking about probably what was my highlight of my business career last week, spending some time with incredible people in Miami, masterminding with some of the brightest minds that I've ever met in my life in one small room of 40 people. If you guys want to find out what I learned from it, I did a whole 1 hour and a half presentation yesterday in that studio right there, talking about all my takeaways, and it's on YouTube, and it's available. So all you got to do is look at my content. If you send me a text message, I'll send you the direct link. What is my text message? I will put it over here on the wall. You guys can send me a message, ask me any questions, or ask me for the link for that, 813-212-2196. All right? Anybody answers that message, you know it's me. Nobody else responds on my behalf. All right? So what's the access? What's the link to that YouTube video that you were talking about? Or how do I access the replay? Or what do I do this? Or can you help me with this particular thing? Whatever it is, send me a text message. I respond to it myself. I do get a lot of messages, so it's not like instant, but I always get to them. All right? So thank you guys for coming, and I will see you guys in the next workshop. All right? Let's go. So, Carly, I think we should...